What is up, guys? Today we are reviving the Purple Miata. So those of you that don't know, like, we've only made probably 2 videos on this car, but we do have a turbo Miata. And nice, I just knocked over the bumper. Anyway, so last track day, we actually blew the turbo on this car. Kind of my fault. I was running too much boost at it. I think I was running about 17 pounds when the turbo was only good for like 15. I didn't know at the time. It is a TD04. It is off like it's like a Greddy kit. And those turbos are super small and they only take like 15 pounds on a Miata, which then like on like other cars, they can take like 17 to 18, maybe 19 pounds. Anyway, definitely the turbo did not like it, so we got a new one. It took like a month or so because I had to ship straight from Japan. So we finally got the turbo. It is super nice. It's always nice to have really quality parts. The turbo is actually already clocked too. So this is it right here. Brand new TD04. So nice. Ooh, that's mint. Anyway, you can see it's a TD04 right there. Super clean compared to the other turbo. But like I said, it's already clocked. And all we have to do is one of our studs broke off, so we have to drill this out and then maybe retap it. We have to see, we got another stud right here. And then from there, the downpipe is good. The turbo sits straight on right away. We have some new gaskets over here that we're gonna be putting on. And then I have to put the actuator on. I have to put this different fitting on the end to fit on the turbo actuator back here. But it's pretty straightforward. Those of you that haven't done like any turbo things before, I did this on my car. I actually had to clock the turbo to fit on my car when I boosted mine. But hopefully we can get this thing running. It shouldn't be too bad. We're gonna clean up some more oil around here and then drill that out, and then we should be good to go to put some gaskets on, pop the turbo on, and go from there. So basically the first thing you have to do is, you guys can see like this is your actuator, and then it connects right here to this rod, but this hole is too small. They give you like 2 of them, so I have to replace it with this bigger hole, and it slides right on. So all it is like you gotta take a 10mm wrench, bust this, like you have to crack this nut, and then it just twists off right here. And then after you twist this one off, you just pop this one back on. And these threads allow you to adjust how like long you want the actuator to adjust it. You don't want it too tight. That way like you want it pretty tight, but you don't want it too loose so it can pop open. And then this just mounts on the front of the turbo like that. So really nice quality parts. I mean, like I said, this was shipped straight from Japan, so it's nothing like Chinese or anything like that. It's not off eBay, but it's a legit TD04, so it's pretty quality. Throwing that bad boy out. And I was able to swap everything over. Actually, this was a custom bracket made that I just found out by the previous guy who had this car, and we actually just had to use the old actuator just because this one doesn't work. I'm not too sure how this one really works, honestly. Probably should read directions, but this actually worked completely fine. The bracket bolts on. We use the new hardware, and then it works perfectly fine. So I just have to swap the oil drain line or oil feed onto this one, put this bolt up here. But let's just show you guys real quick. Like literally, if you try to spin this, it's actually like really tough. Like I'll try to spin it and it literally doesn't move. It's so laggy. And then you go to the new one and you can just spin this one, it'll actually spin freely. You can see that how it like moves freely like that. This one does not do that whatsoever. So you can see like the bearings must be maybe shot or something like that. But it's crazy how mint this one is now. Ooh, it's fresh. So that's pretty wild. Looking at this right now, whoever put this turbo back together, this thing was already pretty much loose. Not even like hand tight, honestly. Like I didn't even have to use too much of this ratchet or this wrench. It just came right out. And there it is. Downpipe, or the oil drain line is out. Now we'll just set this on here, put on a new turbo. I cleaned it off before we put it on here, made sure there's anything on it. Pop her on here. Look at that. Oil drain line is on. So we had to go to the store and get an MP8 1.25 tap just because we had to drill this out. So we drilled out the current stud in there because it got snapped off, and then so we're just tapping it now. We got it good in there, but we still have a little bit more to do. And then from there, literally it's just putting the turbo on, bolting everything up, and we should be good for the first start. So I'm super pumped. So we got it all drilled out, we got it tapped, and then so the bolt works in there, it's perfect. So now it's time for some flanges. It's always good to go with some like layered flanges. So this one looks like it's like a triple layer. It's just for more protection and less leaks. So that's kind of like cleared off the area, made it clean. And then it just slides right on. It's a pretty nice fit. There's some really nice flanges. That'll be for the exhaust manifold or the turbo manifold, and then we'll have one for right here for the downpipe too. So now we're gonna put the turbo on. There we go. Oh, she slides on nicely. Oh, that's nice and crisp. That's perfect, man. Couldn't get any better than that. Look at that. Ooh. Just nice. That tube goes right there. Perfect length. Got the oil drain line right there. Got the oil feed line. And other than that, bolting it up, bolting the downpipe up, bolt the oil lines up, and we're good to go. Alright guys, so we didn't film too much. We did get all the turbo manifold and downpipe bolts on, got everything wrapped up, oil feed line, oil drain line on, and then after that just connected the boost gauge to the actuator, and then after that put all the intercooler piping back on, got the intake filter. Other than that, it was super, straightforward putting everything back together. So now we're gonna do the first start. What we're gonna do though is, you have many different choices. We have to prime the turbo a little bit. It's not 100% necessary to prime the turbo, just because like oil will go directly to it. But what you wanna do is like just turn the key a little bit, kind of like crank it over, not all the way, and then that's priming it. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna prime a little bit. Cool. That should be good. All right, let's do the first start. You guys saw that a little bit of smoke right there. We did like have some oil on the manifold. We try to wipe it off as much as we can. Stuff is gonna burn off, so just check for your oil coming to the feed line and drain line. Make sure there's anything leaking really bad, but stuff will burn off. And like you can hear a little bit of lifter tick, but it's so much better. It sounds a lot better too. And the car is not smoking anymore, which was our end goal. And I can put my hand here too, and it's not shooting any oil on my hand like it did before. So that's awesome. So it's a little bit later. We're kind of having a little fun with the Z and everything, driving around. The car is up and running. It definitely smokes a lot less, and there's a lot less oil come out the tailpipe, so a lot less blow by. The new turbo is on there. It sounds awesome. It's definitely a lot better than the previous turbos on there. It's like a lawnmower, and like I showed you guys, it was definitely getting to the point of blown. Or like the bearings were messed up in it. So new turbos on there, the flanges are perfect, there's no leaking, and it sounds a lot better now, and it definitely pulls a lot harder. So we kind of just drove it on a little bit. We didn't get on film or anything, but it sounds good, it pulls hard, and I guess we didn't get into boost too much because it's the new turbo, so we need to drive around a little bit before we get too much into boost. Put a little bit of miles on it, but other than that, the purple car is back. We're gonna be driving it a little bit more. We'll probably be selling this car here soon, so if you guys might be interested, or if you guys are in the Georgia area, we'll kind of go walk around it. But we're gonna make a few more videos, maybe take it to another track day. We're definitely probably gonna be dynoing the car to see what it actually is capable of, because the previous owner did say it had like a built motor. Like I said before, you don't even know, because I didn't do the work or anything, but you can tell it does have cams. I think it has ARP head studs and like springs and a few other things. Maybe rods, I have to look at the sheet, but has the TD04 turbo. So I think it's definitely gonna make 225, 230 wheel easy, but from there, we're not sure, because you can only probably the max you want to run with this turbo is maybe 13, maybe close to 14 pounds. 15 is definitely max with this turbo. So anyways, guys, I'm rambling on. If you guys like this content, love Miata content, hit that like button. Comment down below if you guys have any questions with this setup, or if you have a turbo Miata, definitely throw a link down there, or Instagram, because I want to see it. Anyways, as always, GPG, peace out, and see you guys in the next one.